Do you feel like you're hardly making progress, coasting, or something worse? Ever experienced total disengagement from your job? I'll tell you the truth, please. I was just going through the motions over the years. I never felt truly driven or fulfilled. I didn't know about equity, how to design organizations where everyone thrives by Minal Bopaiah until recently. This book completely transformed my outlook on work and my job in my organization. It was more than simply a theoretical read. It was a practical guide. When it comes to creating a work environment where everyone feels appreciated, respected, and encouraged to perform to the best of their abilities, Minal Bopaiah goes beyond simply discussing equity. Come explore the essential takeaways from this life-changing book with me. If you're prepared to reach your greatest potential, press the like button to become a subscriber to our channel. Let's examine the most important takeaways from this book. Recognizing systems of inequity is the first lesson. The essential principle is as follows: we must actively search for these prejudices, examining our performance evaluations, hiring procedures, and even team meetings is necessary for this. Which prejudices could be at play when we make decisions? Are certain voices always more audible than others? Bring your team together for an open dialogue about these concerns to put this into action. Make a safe environment where people feel comfortable sharing their insights and experiences. It's all about working together to identify the obstacles standing in the way of equity. Let's now discuss the advantages. We establish a more inclusive workplace when we acknowledge and deal with these biases. Morale soars when everyone feels appreciated and has a place at the table. Better collaboration, increased innovation, and improved outcomes are all expected. Imagine collaborating on ideas as a diverse team where each member contributes a special viewpoint. A participant from a different industry may provide ideas, while another member may give an inventive solution based on their cultural experience. They brainstorm ideas together that none of them could have come up with on their own. Now let's explore the second important topic, designing for inclusion. The acronym for inclusion, diversity, equity, and access is IDEA. An inclusive organization needs a well-thought-out layout, just like any other building. Including a few diverse faces is insufficient. Equity must be included in every facet of our design. So, how are we going to use this? Make a map of the procedures and organizational structures you currently use. Determine what aspects of hiring, promotion, or team relationships are lacking in terms of inclusion. After that, make sure these components are redesigned to actively advance equity. This design strategy has many advantages. We can draw in and keep varied talent when we include inclusion into our systems. Workers are more productive and innovative when they feel appreciated and involved. Envision a hiring panel comprised of individuals with diverse backgrounds and experiences. This varied group can ensure that candidates are judged fairly by challenging one another's prejudices. As a result, the company cultivates a more inclusive atmosphere and hires the greatest people available. Equitable leadership is the focus of the third important lesson. The most crucial thing to realize is that leadership is about fostering an atmosphere where everyone feels empowered, not just making decisions. Leaders who are engaged listen intently, respect other viewpoints, and promote equity within the team. How then do we do this? Team members' regular check-ins should be a top priority for leaders. Encourage comments and pose open-ended inquiries. It also demonstrates your sincere interest in their opinions and experiences, which fosters trust. This approach's primary advantage is that it sets an example of equitable behavior for the entire organization's leaders. Higher levels of engagement and productivity are the result of motivated and valued employees. Consider a scenario where the team's leader asks everyone to discuss their ideas for a new project during a meeting. They make sure every voice is heard as opposed to taking over the discourse. Not only does this create a feeling of community, but everyone's contribution also generates more creative ideas. Let's go to the next important lesson, which is effective communication. Making the connection between purpose and action is the primary notion here. A lot of organizations aim to advance justice, but there's frequently a disconnect between their ideals and reality. How then do we close this gap? Begin by pinpointing the precise obstacles that your group encounters. Surveys and focus groups may be used to get input in this situation. Create workable plans to deal with the things that are preventing you from moving forward. Filling this gap will have major advantages. Establishing congruence between an organization's activities and equitable goals fosters employee trust. Stronger ties to the community and a common goal result from this. Envision a group realizing that their hiring procedure isn't drawing in individuals from a varied background. They consult with their employees to develop fresh outreach programs. By adopting proactive measures, they demonstrate their dedication to equity while simultaneously promoting diversity. Measuring impact is the final and most important lesson. The main concept here is that any equitable project needs to have open and honest communication. When businesses decide to make changes, everyone must comprehend both the changes and their significance. So, how can we implement this? Begin by developing a communication strategy that utilizes a variety of platforms, such as social media, meetings, and emails. Ensure that the message addresses any possible issues and is consistent. Being open and honest is essential. Employee buy-in to the changes is increased when they feel educated. As a result, everyone is inspired to actively engage in the equality journey as a result of the trust that is fostered. Suppose a leader introduces new equity efforts during a town hall gathering. They use facts and anecdotes from their own lives to highlight the significance of these shifts. This strategy not only educates staff members, but also motivates them to accept the change. I've briefly summarized the main ideas from Minal Bopaiah's equity for you. Recall that realizing your teams and ultimately your potential is what it takes to create a more equal workplace. It's not simply about doing the right thing. What are you waiting for then? Start by putting these tactics into practice right now to see the improvement in your professional life. I'm hoping you enjoy this video. Kindly click the like button and subscribe to our channel.